Hello, and welcome to the April 18th stream of Skin Deep Development. I am Brendan Chung, and today I think we're going to continue working on the shotgun. So, let's see what we got. Use the shotgun, nice little idle animation. We shoot it, shoots a shell out of its shotgun barrel. And yesterday we were working on the pumping animations. So we have two pumping animations. Because right now there's two stances for the shotgun basically. When you're just walking around, you hold the shotgun kind of down at the corner of the screen, like so. And then when you shoot it, your gun kind of stays in the high position, is what we're calling it. And then it kind of eventually goes back there. We don't have the transition animation yet, but we will get around to that. Anyways, there's two pumping animations. There's one down here. Click. It looks okay. I think that it looks kind of not super great right now, mostly because there's no audio. I think the audio will do a lot of the heavy lifting for the shotgun. I think shotguns are very benefit a lot from audio. And then we have the other pump animation when you're in the high position. Click. You know what? Let's kind of mess around with that one a bit. I think that one could be. So, kind of, I think what makes the low animation work. It took a while yesterday to figure out, but we eventually got there. Was when you pull back, you want to show the animation pulling back. And then on the frame that is fully back, then you jerk the shotgun backwards. So pull it up, pull it back, and then when the pump is in the extreme position, all the way in the back here, then you move the entire thing backwards, as if you yanked the pump so hard that the entire shotgun kind of shifts over. So, we are going to try to do the same thing for the high position and see if that helps. I think there's something kind of missing. Oh no. What happened here? Why is there no pump high animation? Oh, that's not good. What did I do? Oh no. Idle low. What the heck? Wow, did I just completely save over that file? Oh, that makes me alright. That's fine. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing, JL Swain. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. While Fun asked, will you have ejecting shell casings as well? Yeah. So when you... So this is a very manual shotgun. I think most video games, when you fire the shotgun, it fires a shell, and then it pumps in a new shell into the chamber. For this shotgun, when you fire it, you have to manually pump it with a separate button. And then when you do pump it, it will do two things. It'll eject the old shell and load in a new shell, I think. No, we're gonna try that, see if that works. I think We could also do it so that whenever you fire it, it automatically shoots out ejects the shell, but this might be more fun. Yeah, okay, so let's figure out my problem here, because I seem to have lost an animation, which is a huge bummer. So let's do some source control magic. See if we could solve our problem. I don't know how this happened. Okay, so we are going to go to weapons, shotgun. We are going to go to show log. For people who don't know what source control is, you can kind of think of it as like a backup of whenever you check in changes into your game, you want to save it to this repository so that if anything goes bad, you can revert back to an old state. It's like a time machine. Okay, so in this revision I had exported the pump animation for the high position. So let's try grabbing this version. I don't do this very often, so let me try to figure out how, remind myself how to do this compared. Update item to this revision. Revert to this revision. What I want to do is I want to download these files, but I don't want to replace my existing ones. Merge revision. Update item. Oh no. Oh, I don't want to do that. Made a big mistake. Open. Okay, maybe this is it. Save revision 2. Save that. Save revision 2. Okay, maybe this will work. Mushby says the shotgun ejects on the backstroke and chambers on the forward stroke. Oh. Okay. Thank you for that tip. I think that'll look really cool. That'll work really well. Cool. Thank you so much for that. I will keep that in mind when we do that logic stuff. Okay, so we got our old files back. Whenever I do wacky source control stuff, I like to go to the commit screen and make sure it doesn't know no weird stuff happened. All right, looks good. Okay, so we are going to open up this file. So this does have a pump high animation. Okay. Now let's see if we can do some surgery here. We're gonna grab these keyframes. Copy keyframes. We're gonna attempt to go to this file. Oh wait. Let's try that one more time. what I should do is copy every keyframe. Then go back here. Go here. Plus. Here we go. Oh my god, did this work? I don't think it worked. What the hell? Oh, well, it copied one channel. It's not really what I wanted. Well, let's save this. Okay, selected everything. Key. How do you copy keyframes from one file to another file? Starting. Let's try this. Copy keyframes. Back here. There. Paste key. Okay, I'm gonna try to delete everything. Oh, when you delete everything, it deletes the animation as well. Okay, what I meant was delete everything except for one channel. And we paste it. Nothing happens. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I accidentally deleted this entire animation. That's super weird. But why is it doing this? Is there a better way of doing this? I feel that this should not be a difficult thing to do in Blender. Copy keyframes from one file to another. How do you copy and paste keyframes from one? Copy. Unity. Don't want Unity. Copy. I have two identical files that are in copying key from one graph editor. You can append actions from one blend to another. You can then apply the imported action to your object in the action editor window. What? Channel. Are there any Blender pros in the chat right now? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to copy these keyframes into a different file. But don't know how to do that. Armatures, action, pi. Oh, hey. Whoa, cool. Oh, wow. That was easier than I thought it would be. Let's try that again. And delete you. Don't need you anymore. Save, reopen you. Okay, pump I is no longer here. Great. Then we go to Shift F1. Throw you inside here. Is that right? No. I guess that was it. That's cool. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Okay. Crisis resolved. Let's get rid of these junk files now. Go here, commit, delete you2. And let's check in. We added the deleted pump animation. Okay. Where were we? Right, we wanted to try to... Okay, so we have here, that. Then it pulls back on the pump. So we're going to add a keyframe here. Then on this keyframe, or the next one, we want to yank the shotgun backwards. Let's see if we can... Okay. Yeah, we'll just eyeball it. So we'll go like so. Go back, yank. Well, I don't know. Let's try it out. Right, what are our frames? 0 through 15, to the 15, great. Thanks to Wild Fun for helping me out with some Blender hotkey stuff. So now, whereas I used to go to File, Export, blah blah blah, now I can just press F5 and it's a lot faster now. So thank you so much for that suggestion. It is saving me a lot of time. I think there's like too much, it's moving on too many axes at the same time and is making the animation very difficult to read. Because it's kind of like tilting to the side, but it's also kind of jerking backwards. And there's like, it's kind of a big mess of movement right now. But I also don't want to spend too much time trying to fix this thing. It feels like I'm giving it a fair amount of time, like just hanging out here so that you can read what's happening. But maybe not. Yeah, let's try. Click, click. Let's try that. You know what? Let's just not mess around with this animation. I think it is good enough. Let's revert back to what we had. Revert. Yep, please. Okay. Okay, so let's figure out what we want to do today. So we have a basic pump animation. We have a basic firing animation. How about let's do an animation going from the high position, idle, to the low position. This should be, well, what I've learned is to basically never say the phrase, this should be pretty easy, because this just doesn't really turn out that way. Okay, so let's go here, make a new animation. You know what, just for consistency's sake, let's take a look at our other weapon and look at how we named it. Idle, high to low. Okay. Now let's do that here. Alright. And let's get rid of all of you. Save that. And let's go find the low position. Gun and L up R. Okay, what's the best way to copy these over? Gun, and then we want pretty much all of these things. All right, no, we don't want up arm. Okay, so if we find a way to copy these, copy keyframes, high to low. Let's see if we can paste them down. That did not work. Having some troubles. Copying keyframes. I've done this before. I'm trying to remember how I did it. Alright, well, when you get stuck, you go back to Google. Blender, how to copy keyframes from one action to another. Whenever I do my Googling, I like to open up a few tabs, just so that if one is not helpful, I can just quickly go to the next one. And another Google tip is, if you don't know this, middle mouse click, you click the mouse wheel, it'll open the link in a new tab. And it helps searching stuff go a lot faster. Okay, how can I make... You have to put the armatures in pose mode for copying keyframes. Oh. Okay, let's try this. Idle, low, idle, high to low. That sort of worked. Not really. Okay. Let's try that again. Idle, low. Okay, so we want this. Do this. No keyframes. Why is it just copying these two? Well, I don't know. Let's just manually do this. I don't want to manually do it though. The problem is if I just manually move it, it's gonna like do some weird snapping thing. Oh, when the animation plays. Okay, how do I copy the free frame and paste it? Oh, okay, we're gonna copy this and this and this. Middle, high to low. And we're gonna paste it in here. Whoa. We're gonna try to copy this one frame. It seems to be acting weird when we copy multiple frames. Control C, go back here, Control V. There must be a better way of doing this. Gotta copy this. Control C. Go back here. Why does it do that? Eric's comics suggest, do you need to select the bones in high to low before pasting? I don't know. Let's try that out. god, you were right. Thank you. Oh, this is awesome. Uh-oh. We got some problems here. This hand has he's making some choices. What's your deal? Why are you doing this? This feels unnecessary. Okay. I guess maybe one way to fix this is to do some kind of IK thing, but I kind of don't want to do that. Okay, how do I solve this? We have the gun here. Then the hand goes berserko and does that. So I'm only moving the gun and the arm. Let's try copying the wrist and the hand. Just for completionist's sake. Idle low, go here. Wrist and hand. Copy you. Go back here. Wrist and hand. Oh, they don't move at all. I'm not exactly sure why this is happening, because they should just like... And I expected it to just like lerp from this position to that position. Why is that happening? Why is it happening? I don't know why this is happening, and I kind of want to just find art workaround to get around this problem. I was thinking the gun could just kind of like drift straight downwards. So I'll just like translate the entire thing to go down. And then just lerp to its final position. Let's see if that is doable at all. Okay, so what we want to copy is this bone and this bone. This one as well. What if we cheat this a little bit? What if we just make it go off screen for a while? Well, I don't know. Let's just try it out. Okay, so 10 frames. Export to idle. And we're gonna plug in. Oops, what did I do? Control O, base. Definitions, shotgun. Idle high to low, idle high to low. And let's test it out. I mean, I don't know. Your head just freaks out for a short time. Maybe that's fine. Well, first of all, do I... Is it acceptable to just like disappear off the screen for a while? I kind of don't like that. It feels like you're pulling out a separate weapon. Not good. Let's save it. Anton says sometimes the individual transformations of bones vary, so X rotation does a full 360 while the rest just moves or whatever. Has happened to me. You can open the bones to look at them separately. Eric's Comics says everything's a child of the origin bone, and it's not moving at all. I think I remember you had it move in the original animation. I think I'm not touching the origin at all, because I generally try to keep the origin the 000 point all the time. Yeah, this animation is just one frame. Let's try to figure this out. I feel like there's something with this, the left upper arm bone, where it's like something with the rotation where it thinks it needs to do a 360 in order to. Yeah, I'm a little bit baffled by this. The pistol was easy because it was just one object, it just lerped from one place to the next place. The shotgun, your other hand holds it, so that makes it a little bit more complex to do. Eric's comics are just looking at pump low. You know what? Let's try going back here and just see what happens if I delete you. Okay, so there is something funky with this one bone because everything else looks fine. What happens if I delete all of you? Yeah. I don't like something. It's getting twisted in some weird way. Anton says, it looks strange. Expand the bone in the dope sheet and take a peek. Actually, I have not used this before. Let's take a look at the graph. I don't know much about the graph, but feels like something I should learn more about. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, let's go back. I don't know how to use it. Okay. When in doubt, go to Blender. Blender, copy keyframes from one to another. How do I describe this? Animation. This is not a good search term. Copy. So my suspicion is that if I don't use this keyframe and just manually move the arm again, it'll just work fine. The problem is finding the exact same pose is gonna be the pain in the butt. Yeah, okay, so oh, I have to like rotate the entire arm. Maybe I can do a blend frame. Eric's comic says, I'm pretty sure you just forgot to copy our up arm, the right upper arm's keyframes. Ooh. Hmm. Copy you. Hmm. Hmm. Let's try this. Okay. Let's try to recreate this animation frame. This feels like an incredibly incorrect way of doing this. Eh. All right, let's just stick with that. I'm trying to get better at making something work and then just letting it be. I think sometimes it's a little bit tempting to make something perfect on every axis, and I think it's kind of a trap. So we will see if this current solution is good enough to make it work. Okay, so let's move this arm. You go like that. Okay, save that. Export you, pump high to low. And let's run the build. Perfect. I love it. It is flawless. It happened so fast that you can't see anything wrong with it. That's great. Okay. Yeah, so for testing purposes, let's tweak the shotgun. Wait, never mind. Let's not do that. I don't want to mess with that right now. Okay, so it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks fine. One thing that adds a lot of, that makes an animation look a lot better is if you, what are the terms for it? Overshoot and undershoot. So what I'm going to do here is, in this position, instead of just lerping from to that, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this keyframe and the gun keyframe and give it a few frames like so. And we're also going to copy these. And what we're going to do is we are going to move it in the opposite direction of where we want to go. Like that, maybe a little bit up. Then for the back frames, we're going to do the same thing. Copy you and you and you. We're going to give it 1, 2, 3 frames. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go a little bit too far in the direction that we are going. Like that, maybe a little bit down. So let's check out what we got. Goes opposite direction, moves, overshoots, settles. Overshoots and then settles back to the position that we want. 5, high to low. It's pretty good. It's a little bit fast. Here's the pistol. I think the pistol turned out really good, and I'm pretty happy with it. So there's a little, you notice the beginning in the high position, it'll do a little bobble, Then when it settles down to the low position, it does another bobble. And the bobble, I love the bobble. Let's give this more frames to play with. Save view. Back to low. Yeah, I think it looks really good. Let's test it out one more time, just to make sure it works. While Fun says, for a second I thought you were going to go for the injured Sarah Connor one-handed reload pump action. I actually really do like that a lot. I did some research into doing that. I did some research into the what do you call it? The lever action shotgun, where you spin it in a giant circle. But I don't know, we couldn't find a way to make them work. I think it would be kind of nice if we dig further into the damage system, that if for some reason your hand gets incapacitated, it would be nice to do a custom animation to reload a shotgun with one arm. Okay. Hi. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like simple, easy tricks that have a really nice payoff. A lot of bang for the buck. It's good. Let's, for reference sakes, let's check how much frames that was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 4 to 5 frames. Awesome. I love it. Let's check you in. Cool. Great, great, great. Wild Fun says, I also enjoy the idea of fumbling with shells or bullets if you're injured or scared. Like you drop some when trying to refill a mag or whatever, like in the movies when the monsters are coming. I really like, I've been thinking about stuff like that, and I think one thing that I kind of got tripped up on was that it might feel like you have magic ESP powers if you do stuff like that. Like the fact that your character is in this nervous state telegraphs to the player that bad guys are near you. But what if the player wasn't even aware that a bad guy was near them? Then that kind of gives them information that they didn't know that they had. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it. I guess knowing for a single player game is fine to know that there's a bad guy around you. But yeah, I love stuff like that. It's super good. Okay. Oh, and for those who forgot, who couldn't make it to the stream yesterday, I actually kind of showed a new thing I've been working on, which was the falling down state. I wanted a state where the player gets knocked down to the ground, which is different from the I gotta find better names for this, from the down state, which is like when you hit health 0 and you're crawling around bleeding out. Falling down, you just press jump and you get back up. It's not a big deal. So here's a little demo. TNT. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, I think I broke it. Let's try it again. What should happen is you should see your arms reach out and touch the ground, like you're bracing yourself. Yeah, alright, I broke it. Never mind. I thought it was going to be a cool demo, but I broke the game. Anton says, you've become so much better so quickly at animating, Brendan. Oh, thank you. Animating is not something that I something I'm still trying to learn to get better at, definitely. Yeah, I think the big problem is that it's just kind of time consuming right now. So I'm trying to find ways to cut corners and make it go faster while still just being readable. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. Had some technical problems trying to copy frames, but thank you so much for the help in the chat. I did not know that you had to manually select the bones that you want to paste over. But now I do know. That's a very good tip to have. Little Blender tip. Cool. Thanks so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun. Thanks so much for hanging out in the chat. Always fun to hang out with everyone as usual and super helpful. I will be back on next week, Tuesday. So I will see you all then. Thanks. See you now. See you later.